Hi everyone, this is Bill back with another episode of Hiking 101. Today we're going to talk about water, why we need it, how much we should drink, and the best ways to carry it. Growing up in this country, you take for granted the availability of good, clean drinking water. For me, it was as easy as going into the kitchen, turning a tap, and pouring a glass of water for you to drink. It wasn't until I was able to travel internationally that I realized that not everyone had that availability. But even with the plentiful availability of public drinking water, the bottled water industry has just taken off over the last 30 years. Last year, the bottled water industry in this country was an $18.5 billion industry. So whether you like to drink bottled water or water from the tap, you need to drink water. And that brings us up today. How much water should we drink? Well, most of us were brought up with what was called the 8x8 rules. 8 times a day we're supposed to drink an 8-ounce glass or 8-ounce cup of water. Now, current thought says it's going to vary, but that's a good starting spot. Because one of the things you don't want to have happen to you, whether you're hiking or whether you're working in the yard or whether you are just going about your daily activities, you do not want to get dehydrated. Signs of dehydration are a dry mouth, a sudden thirst, a headache, disorientation. So it's better to be proactive about the water you drink rather than to go without it and then suffer these symptoms. So we're going to talk about today how much water you should drink as you hike and then how to carry it. Now, again, you're going to get tired of hearing this, but it's going to vary the amount of water that you need to drink while hiking. Most places will say you need to drink about a half liter of water for every hour that you hike. Studies have shown that women need less water than men. And studies have shown that the size of the person is going to be enter into the equation as well. So a big person, a person who perspires readily, is going to need more water than a small, petite person who perhaps does not perspire nearly as much. But the main thing is we want to have water. So let's start with that half liter for every mile that you hike or every hour that you hike. It's a good place to start. You will learn your own body rhythm as you hike and be able to figure this out. Now, I have a confession to make. I don't carry water on any hike of mine that is 2 hours or less. There's a local park that I hike in a lot, but I do have water available in my car for when the hike is over. So I'm never more than about 20 minutes away from the parking lot because of the way the paths circle around. But you need to have water available when you hike. Particularly when you're outdoors. If you're hiking a place that you've never been before, you don't know how far you're going to want to go. So have that water with you, have it available. So now let's talk about the best ways to carry water. When you hike, you have two options about carrying water. One is the traditional method where you have a water bottle that you can put in a holder or a pack, and the other is the more current. It's called a hydration bladder. Companies like Camelback, Osprey makes them, any number of companies. They come in different sizes. This is a 2 liter, so you fill this up. Then you take your backpack. This is my day pack right here, and it's got a slot right here, and I'm able to fill this up, slide this down into the backpack slot there. But I have to attach the drinking tube before I do that. The drinking tube then comes up out of the pack over the shoulder, and you can drink as you hike, and that is a good thing because it's better to drink slowly and a little bit at a time and continue to hydrate than to go a long distance and then stop and drink too much at one time. So you have those options, and let's look at how you can carry those. Now, in addition to a day pack with a hydration compartment, you can get what's called a hydration pack, and that's all this little pack does. It fits a hydration bladder. It has a small space then for, you know, odds and ends. You know, if you wanted to carry you know, some kind of energy bar with you, or put your cell phone back there, or carry some Band-Aids, a few first aid supplies. This is used by a lot of long distance runners. Bicyclists use this. So if you're just needing moist water and nothing else, this might be a good option for you. Now this is an Army surplus 1 quart canteen. This is not mine, but this is the same thing that I had as a Boy Scout when I was 11 years old. Like I say, it's a 1 quart capacity. This belongs to my friend David, and it is old school, but that's okay because David, my friend, is old school as well. The bad part about it is that you're kind of limited if you only have one of these. Another friend of mine who was in the military said that most soldiers in the Vietnam area would carry 2 of these on their web belt. Now David has also made use of what's called an ammo pouch, and this is what he carries his first aid gear in. This is what the canteen looks like when you take it out of the little holder there. And this is a genuine Army surplus because it came from another genuine Army guy. You see the little cup that comes with it. This is what we would use in basic training when we would go through chow line to get our coffee or water or whatever it is. And this is even got the fitting for the gas mask. Not that you need a gas mask fitting while you're hiking, but just to show you what it looks like. Now, the more current things that the military uses are these 2-liter collapsible water bags. My friend Scott, who loaned me this, said that in his time in the military, they would usually carry 2 of these on their packs, depending upon, of course, how long they were going to be out and away from water. Remember that as you hike, the water weighs a lot. If you carry 2 of these, you're talking about carrying about 8 pounds. And while I'm on the subject of liters and quarts, let me just say that they're really similar in size. A 1-liter bottle carries 33.8 ounces of liquid, when a 1 quart bottle carries 32 ounces. So I kind of use them interchangeable, and I hope I don't confuse you with that. A more modern take on the canteen would be this little device right here. This is a Fanny Pack. I bought this several years ago on vacation. It'll carry 2 small water bottles. These are like the bicycle water bottles that some of us are familiar with. The bad part about this is these bottles they kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth. But the good part about it is you can take them out, throw them away, and use something else. And we'll talk about the different kinds of bottles that you can use as well. This is what I use from time to time to carry water in. It's an insulated carrier from a company called Wild Wolf Outfitters. It comes in various sizes. This is a 40-ounce size, and so you can take something like this smart water bottle, slip it right into there, and it works great. I usually have this in my car when I go hike, and when I return from the hike, the water is still nice and cool to drink. So I like this. Now let me show you something else. There are any number of water bottles that you can buy. If you want to go to a sporting goods store or an academy, or even Walmart and Target has these. These are called Nalgene bottles, and obviously this comes from REI. Normally these things are about $11 or $12 in price. They're very durable, and I know a lot of people that hike carry these. You can put cold or hot in it, and it lasts real well. Or if you want to go low dollar, you can get something like this smart water bottle that I use. These are great for slipping into your backpack on the side pockets because they're nice and slender. They carry the same amount that the Nalgene bottle carries. My wife likes to drink this water. It's called Crazy Water. It's a mineral water, and these bottles also make great water bottles for hiking and camping. And then if you really want to get the spirit of Chuck Norris with you, get the Sea-Force bottle. Again, 32 ounce, and it works great for you. About 3 years ago, I came across kind of a hybrid system. This is called a smart tube. At the time, it was available only on Amazon, but it converts any water bottle to allow you to drink while you're on the move. So if you take this smart water bottle, for instance, you put it in your pack. This fits in, and the hose, then the drinking tube, goes over your shoulder, and you're able to drink as you're hiking. Now, If you want to use, say you've got an Nalgene bottle already, it also comes with a lid that will allow you to use an Nalgene bottle in the same way. So they're pretty handy to have. Actually, if I had not already had a hydration bladder, this might be all I would go with because it's pretty handy. The bad thing about the hydration bladder is if you're backpacking and you've got a full pack, you almost have to unpack the pack to be able to get the hydration bladder back in place. So there is that thing there. I hope this has answered questions for you about hydration as we hike, and I realize that talking about water or shoes is not exciting, but they're important things to think about as we begin the process of hiking, as we become a more active hiker. So if you have questions, be sure and share those, comments, share those, share the video with friends, subscribe to my channel, The Well-Worn Hiker. I'd love to have you along for the ride. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Bill, and I am The Well-Worn Hiker.